Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at Psalms 56, verses 1 through 3. Be merciful to me, O God, for man would swallow me up. Fighting all day, he oppresses me. My enemies would hound me all day, for there are many who fight against me, O Most High. Now let's go to verse 3. Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you. That's Psalms 56, verse 1 through 3. Today we want to teach on obedience versus comfort. So I remember years ago, I was working for a said company, a said organization, and I got placed in an area with a woman who had some issues with men. She had been through 2 marriages, and they had lasted for a good amount of time, and they ended, in divorce. And she was in a broken place, even with her male son. And so when I came, it was just like not even a chance for us to have any type of friendship or relationship, because the way she deemed and viewed men, it was just, hey, all men are dogs, all men are no good. And so I'm there, and immediately when I get transferred to this department that she's in, her cubicle and my cubicle are like right next to each other. We're literally in the same cubicle and the same working space. And it was like hell on earth. It was so bad. I called my pastor every day, man, I cannot do this. Like, what in the world? And he would just encourage me. This is every day for like 2.5 years. One day I go to the library and I grab a book from Bishop T.D. Jakes. It's titled something like 10 Commandments of How to Survive a Hostile Work Environment. And I sit the book right there so that she can see that, hey, I'm reading this book and you're my issue. And I actually start turning the pages and reading it. And the Lord began to really deal with my heart. And what the Lord was teaching me in that season is I'm not so much focused on changing her, because your prayers is all about changing her. But I'm focused on her, the situation, changing you. Because you think that you can just get away with charisma, or just get away with a smile, or just because you're nice to someone, everything's supposed to just be good for you. But that's not what this is about. I'm trying to broaden your shoulders. I'm trying to toughen up your skin. I'm trying to teach you how to help people get through their hurts and pains. It's not about you. I would put applications in, try to get new jobs. I tried to do everything that I could do to get out of there, but God kept me in that place 2.5 to 3 years until I realized, hey, I have to be the one to change. And so, if a job did open, I was going to take it whether God says, yes, this is for you or not. So I would have took my comfort over obedience to God. But it is better to obey God. Obedience is way better than anything else you could do, than a sacrifice. So I just want to encourage you today that when you come into situations, whether it's at work, whether it's in your marriage, or whether it's with family or friends, or you have to trust God. You can call on God. When you're in a time of trouble, you can call on him. He wants you to call on him. But sometimes God's answer may not be what you want it to be. Sometimes God may say, yes, daughter, I want you to sit in that. Hey, son, I want you to stand and keep smiling and keep loving on that person. So I just want to encourage you. Your obedience versus your comfort. Always allow obedience to God to trump it. It's been 3 minutes with me, Timothy. Until we meet again, may the Lord God bless you real good.